Hi and welcome. Today I will talk about Wera set of hex keys, and I also got a set of Torx keys. And briefly put, it's a good set of tools, but the package and the color coding is a bit illogical. So now I will dive in. So first, let's see about the design of these tools. This one is big, so you can see everything easily. They have a color coding for every size of each tool, and they made the tools so that they have a round diameter, and only the part where the attachment is, where the interface is made to size. So they say that provides more strength and rigidity, which I believe is the case, because you get more material in total, larger cross-section and so on. Whether that's really important for tools like this, I'm not really sure, but it does not hurt. Though maybe if it's cheaper to machine and if it's not costing extra, then it's definitely a win. And so the hex heads, they say that these are very high quality, that steel is very hard, and that they fit very well even into damaged hex bolt heads. Until now, I had this almost 50-year-old Facom set, and I keep these like a treasure. I inherited these from my father, and these are very hard steel, and when I have problems with some stubborn bolts, I use these. These don't get damaged here very easily, and they don't tend to strip bolt heads. So if I can work with anything, I use these. However, my fear was that these will wear out eventually over time, sooner or later, so I will no longer have that option. And that is why I was looking for a decent replacement, and I heard very good feedback about these, both of them. And in my initial testing, now less than a month, they seem to hold very well. What they advertise is that this little section in the middle is indented relative to the side, so that it fits nicer, bites better. I don't know what it is, but these do seem to work a bit better than my Unior set of hex keys when I'm working with some borderline damaged, poor quality or stuck bolts. I like the color coding, but it is not logical, because this is a 10, it's blue, it's a hex key, and I want to get a 10 Torx key. Let's see here, but it is green. Why did they not use the same color for the same size? It's not logical. Even they decided to rate colors by thickness of the tools, but it's not, for me it's not logical. I would rather have color coded for certain numbers and make it easier to remember and to use. That's at least the way I think and my brain works, and maybe for some people this is perfectly normal, but for me it's not logical. It's not a good idea and good design. You can look at my tools color coding here. I used only 4 colors because it's complicated and expensive to use 10 different colors as Wera could do, but here I have the same colors going in circles, green, red, yellow, blue, and then again. And I know that if I want 8mm wrench, it's red. And I cannot, by mistake, in a rush or something, lack of concentration, dirty tool or whatever, take a 7 or a 9. And I will definitely not mistake this size for a 12. So 4 colors are enough for me, and I know 13 and 17 are yellow, and they're always yellow, and they're not anywhere alike. 15 is green, 7 is green, and so on. So even 4 colors is enough. If you're on a budget, 6 is blue. That's the one I use often, so I already memorized most. But here it's not logical. I don't like that. I think it's a bad idea. Maybe normal people think differently, so maybe this is perfectly normal to just have roughly similar width, use the same color, but for me it's a bit strange. Maybe it's machining, ordering parts, or these sleeves, whatever. Maybe this was cheaper and simpler, but if you're going to color code it, do it right, and don't make it mixed with different tools to use different colors for the same number size, either numeric or imperial. So that's my one objection. Another objection is that this holder, this is very difficult to get in and out. I put some silicone with an E, silicone grease on the insides, smeared it with some cloth, put some on this and smeared it on the inside, and now it works a bit less troublesome, and it's not easy. Sorry, I got this all halfway out because it's very impractical to use. This is, when you put them all the way in, it keeps them very safely, but I don't think it catches onto this. It will probably get worn over time, and it does not look like a very good idea, very good patent, and I don't like it at all. I'll see what I can do about it. I'll probably just put them someplace else and keep this for in case I need to carry them, but it's not, this is a lot better design. This is plastic. Maybe it would not work as well with the tools that have plastic on them. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. Let's try. Yeah, it's probably this plastic on the outside that has a problem. So tools themselves are great. The color coding makes no sense, and this package is a failure in my opinion, sorry to say. So I know it's difficult to make good things and market them and sell them and run a business, but really I hope they fix this. Otherwise, tools themselves are good. I love the combination of having this ball end so that you can use it to turn screws at an angle and work faster. But when you need to tighten or loosen a stock bolt to use a lot of torque, then definitely use this flat side because it has a lot more material working, and use it. So this is a good combination for me, in my opinion, good design. I have no objections on the quality so far, but same goes for this. These look like they are of good quality. I'll make a follow-up video in a year or two when I work a bit more with these, but for now I have, like I said, this will probably be somewhere in my tool drawer or something, taken out of this nonsense package and used like that. Even though, let me show you, the package is made so that you can hang it on a wall easily. Let's show that. Okay, so it can be closed. Let's just work it. You can close it and lock it so it stays like this. Okay, not a bad idea for carrying around. And for carrying around a lot, yeah, it makes sense to keep them securely placed. Maybe that's the idea, but it's not a good idea for a workshop to keep it. They made a hole so that you can hang it on a wall, but it's not a good idea to use it every day in work. Even with a bit of grease, it's now just a bit less problematic, but it still is quite, I don't know how to say. I know that I will have to spend some frustrating seconds when I'm putting this back in, and the same goes for both of these tool sets. So for taking them out, you just need to make it decisive, but for putting it back in without damaging anything, I'm not an optimist and I don't like this, and maybe I'll use a small file to make this larger if I decide to use it like this, or just take them all out and use them separately. I will see how durable this coloring is. And this plastic, it's nice that it is some rubbery plastic, so it's less likely to scratch stuff. Makes sense, and it looks okay. And again, it's a decent quality tool as far as I can see, but it's not a perfect design altogether. I'll make like I said, a follow-up video in a year or two to see how they hold. These cost about $20 to $40 depending on the price you get and where you find them. They are made in Czech Republic. Wera company is a German one, and that's about it for this presentation. If this info helps you in any way, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in some other video. Cheers.